Hello, good evening, everyone. Um, I believe we are all doing good. Please, if you are online, I would like you to indicate in the comment section, I'm online. This will help me know how many persons that are currently on this call. So please, if you're online, kindly indicate in the comment section, I'm online. And also, if you can see my screen and you can hear me clearly. By 8:35, we are going to kick off. Okay, welcome to Lu. I can see you. And during the day, I dropped some materials on the group chat, which we will use in our training for today. So I believe those of you that are just joining, you must have gone through them. I dropped Excel file of some projects which we would I think one oil and gas, one has to do with construction, and I think two oil and gas, two construction. I can't really remember. So we'll be looking at how to um, develop a schedule as project planners and schedulers from the beginning part up till the end, as it has to do with the scope of this training. Okay, let's dive into Primavera P6. So this is Primavera P6. The version I'm using is 2025, which if you are just downloading yours, this is, yeah, you're also going to be downloading P6 2025, understand? Um, After that, I introduced the interface yesterday. In order for you to start a project, you need to create a new file. So in order for you to create a file, the first thing you need to do is to create your enterprise project structure. And in our previous, I said REnT Limited, we might have different projects going on in different areas of River State or Nigeria. So under our project structure, excuse me, I can decide to break them down Okay, the project that are taking place in Lagos, Port Harcourt, Abuja, Ogun, depending on the location. And we talked about WBS, which is work breakdown structure. This is basically breaking down a full project into its various activities, into its independent activities. Um, then we also talked about OBS, which is organizational structure, which has to do with the leadership structure of an organization. Okay, so what I need to do is to come to enterprise, click on enterprise and click on enterprise project structure. Now I want to create EPS. That's the first thing you need to do. So let's assume you are working with Shell. Um, First thing you need to do is to come here and create your EPS Shell, Total, Ajib, Renaissance, and so on, Sterling, Global, Oiserve, and all of that. So we are going to create one, and we are going to name it REnT, because that's the company, REnT Limited, and the EPS name. I can say that this project is basically for oil and gas. So all our oil and gas projects will come under here. I can create another EPS and name this maybe construction. Carry out um, on how you want to carry out the um, your enterprise project structure. Construct construction, and I'm going to name this. I'm going to name it rent construction. Then I'll make sure that it is under rent limited. Sorry. And continuously that way I can name this what else? I can name this engineering. Name this site 2. The label is engineering. Can name this 3 and name it maybe fabrication. Then close this. Click on enterprise again and switch over to projects. Okay, now you can see what I just created. Here you can see rent limited. And you can see the different projects. under REnT Limited. Okay, I can come back here and edit this. This name or name it all projects. All projects. Then add one other one. Name this site site 4. Close. Okay. So like I said, the material we'll be using for today's class has been dropped in the group chat. So for the first example we are going to take is the first file I dropped, which is WBS piping, erection, and welding. That's what I'm opening now. So you can also open it from your end. Make sure we're on the same page. And I believe everyone is following this class. Please, if you are online, I would like you to indicate in the comment section, I'm online. I just have Tolu and Opeyemi so far. Please, other persons, I would just like you to indicate, give us a hi so that we know that we are part of this class. Because to me, it just seems as if we have only 2 persons into this class. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting some kind of error while trying to open that file, but let's give me a minute, let me fix that. I'm just finding it difficult opening this file. I really don't know why. Okay, I think we are going to use another project for example, the first project isn't opening on my system for some reasons I don't know why. So I think we are going to take the next one, which is pipe and gas. Also check for that. Okay, I've seen Primavera pipe and gas. It's currently opening on my system. Okay. Um, I'm going to share my screen. That's what we are going to use for this training. So I believe you all can see my screen at this point. Okay, so this is a pipe and gas project. The first one we have is kickoff. You can see the activity name here. You can see the duration. You can see the predecessor, the successor, the resources, who the resources needed for that, and who is responsible for that particular activity. So the first one, we have study and permits are under one WBS. Then we also have engineering under, we have Eng 101 to up to 5. This is on its own WBS, work breakdown structure. We have that for procurement and we have that for construction. So how do we start this project? So how do we start this project? That's what we want to do now. Now, this project is pipe and gas, so it is under oil and gas. So let me share my Primavera P6 screen. Okay, now what I need to do, I'll click on oil and gas, click on file, click on new. You can see new. I'm creating a new file. Get now it's going to ask me to select the EPS I want to place this project, this new project I'm creating. I'll click on these three dots here and scroll down all the way to oil and gas. Click oil and gas and click add here, select. So it's going to create that project under oil and gas. I can decide to click next and define some other thing. So for this, I would name this, I would name it pipe oil and gas project one project. Then I'm going to name it piping and gas. That's the project name, piping and gas. Next, the plan starts. I'm just going to leave everything this way, then finish. Okay, now you can see the project I just created, oil and gas project one, piping and gas. That's the project. So you can see all these other projects. This one has project code. Then you can see the name of the project here. So if your company has a definite project code, maybe this is rent underscore oil gas for one. I think, yeah. So if this is however your company's naming structure is, that's what you basically use. Then you right click and click on open project. Now we have successfully, what we have done, we have created our EPS, enterprise project structure. The next thing we have done is to create our first project. The next step is to create your WBS, which is your work breakdown structure. In order for us to do that, I'm going to click on project and click on WBS. Reasons my P6 is taking so much time to load. Okay. We are done with that. No, we are not really done. Okay, at this point in time, I will start adding um, my work breakdown structure. I'm going to click on this, and the first one I'm going to create is preliminary. Click on preliminaries. I'm going to create another one and make sure that it is the same hierarchy. And I would name this from what we have here. The next one is engineering, the next is procurement. So I would name this engineering. Click on the next. I would name this procurement. After procurement, we have construction. We'll name this construction. Click on this little arrow at the left to move it. Then on construction. Okay, so this is the next step you need to do after you have created your project. Next thing you need to do is to create your WBS. Then you move down to activity, click on project and switch to activity. So currently we don't have any activity listed on this project, but from the Excel file we are working with, which I'm going to share now. I believe I'm not too fast. Are you guys following? Is the class? Is it are you understanding what I'm doing? Basically, that's what I wanted to ask. Or I'm too fast, or there's something you're not getting. Okay, so from this we have this is the activity ID in it 001, which is kickoff. So we have activities here and their duration, but from what we just created, we don't have any activity. So what do we do? At this point in time, we now have to start creating activities the different under the different WBS we just created. So we have our first activity, which is the activity ID is in a 001. I'm just going to copy this, Control C, and switch over to my P6. So this is basically what I'm going to be doing back and forth. So that's why you have the file with you. So just cross check what I'm doing. I'm going to click on this little this plus icon here to add an activity, or click on the insert key on your keyboard to create an activity. So you can see the activity code. The activity code here is A1000 A1000. I'm just going to click it and paste the activity code we had in our Excel sheet. I would come down to the activity name, copy that also and paste it here. So you can see that I've done that. I'm going to do that for the next activity. Click this plus icon to V activity name, feasibility study, Ctrl V, finish. Next one, insert. Okay, we don't have any other activity under preliminary. That means I'm going to delete this one. Let me check for answer. Questions rather. Okay, so I believe everyone is following. Okay, then under engineering, um, we have process design, we have our PFD, we also have our P&ID. We have piping design. Here it is highlighted as a critical part. So we are not going to include this critical part in this write-up rather. So what I'm going to do, we have in 001. I'll select that, come down here, click on insert, and paste this. Copy, paste this. Okay. Um, I'm going to pause a bit. I'm going to pause a bit and share the Excel file so that you can see what we have done. So for this, we place these two under a different WBS and okay. So you have procurement and next one, next section I'm going to insert is construction. Add, then we have commissioning. Commissioning. Okay, then all these areas, I'm going to give them different color. screen. Yeah. So I believe you all are following. I can decide to just leave them the way they are. Okay. So far we have done preliminaries. We have created the schedule in P6. We have our kickoff and feasibility study under engineering. We have and 10102 up to 04, and the last one is vendor, which is basically what we have done. So the next part we are going to focus now on is procurement. Then after that, we move over to construction and commissioning. So I believe this is clear enough. If you have question, there's an area you are not following up on, please ask. Okay, I'm switching back to P6. And from what I've done, I'm going to click on procurement and hit the insert key on my keyboard. And copy this. So we have procurement, um, material requisition, pipes, and valves. So we also have vendor selection, reward contracts. Control V. Insert. Third one, manufacturing and delivering. Zero 03. Next one is under construction, we have site preparation. We have pipe installation. I'm going to change the 02, the activity code. Then we have equipment installation. Then we have pre-commissioning and testing. Okay, we have pre-commissioning and testing. And we have one other part, which is the commissioning itself, which wasn't included here. So what I'm going to do, I'll click on WBS. I'll click on WBS and hit insert. Commissioning. Click the arrow, make sure that they are on the same. Then I will refresh this data. Click on projects, go back to activities. Really don't know what happened. All the projects, all the activities we just created disappeared all of a sudden. Oh, seems like, okay. Seems you have to move to that all over again. Okay, this time I'm going to continue with the commissioning phase. I really don't know why this whole thing started from the beginning. So see, chat. Something is actually wrong with my P6. My files are deleting. Okay, I think I know why that's happening. So I won't refresh my system again. Whenever I refresh my P6, everything wipes out. I'm going to, I haven't experienced this before. Okay, please just give me a minute. Password. Okay, seems I have to do this all over again from the beginning. Sorry about that. I really don't know why my P6 is acting up this way. Somehow these files are still saved inside my P6. Okay, enough for me to be fast. I'm trying to do those activities that wiped out previously. So we are done creating the project in P6. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to specify the duration. So from here now, you can see that what is showing here is just 5 throughout. And the entire duration here is just showing 5, the remaining duration 5. Percentage complete, start date, 27th March, and all of that. So although the start date for this wasn't specified, but the durations were specified. So for kickoff is 10, feasibility is 20. So for this we have 10, and we have 20. Then for engineering, we have 30, 60, 45, 30. So engineering, we have 30, 30, we have 60, 45, 30. So the next one is for construction. Remember, specifying the original duration based on what we have in our Excel spreadsheet. So I believe by now, each I want kind of okay. I think I should also X. Okay, so this is the Excel spreadsheet. This is the duration, and this is what I'm setting here. So like I said, in the planning stage, this is where we are going to determine what will be needed. And I also said during the planning phase, we are going to have some SME tell us about the project more. You know, people of so for instance, in engineering now, we have gotten our lead engineer, which says developing PFD and PNID is going to take 30 days. And after that, he said we are also going to have the piping design, which is going to take 60 days, equipment design and specification 45 days, vendor document and management is going to take 30 days. So when our SME has given us this data, this is what we now use in creating the schedule. So procurement team is also going to tell us how many days this, what we want, our valve, our pipes, how long will it take to we need to get outside Nigeria? How do we get it? When? So all those things, vendors, procurement team is going to give us information about that. They are also going to meet the civil engineer, which he is going to tell us more about the civil aspect of this project, and he's saying site preparation and civil works is going to take 30 days, piping installation 60 days. I think this should be, yeah, equipment installation. Then we also have pre-commissioning, and we also have the commissioning phase. Under the commissioning phase, we have system testing and startup, final inspection and certification, project closure, and documentation. So we are going to first of all set the duration, then we would, set the predecessors and successors. So after we have done that, I believe by the end of this class, the moment we finish this project, I believe um, you all would know how to. Can anyone hear me? By the end of this project, you all would know how to develop a schedule using Primavera P6. Okay, so we have procurement. This is 2040, 2060. Um, I'll head back to Primavera. And so what we have here is 40, 20, 60. For construction, we have 30, 60, 45, 20. This is 30, 60, 45, 20. Then for commissioning, um, we have 20, 10, 10. So we have 20 days, 10 days, and another 10 days. Okay, after we have done this, we need to link these activities. So after linking this activity, which is what you saw in our Excel file as predecessor and successor. So successor is basically which activity is coming after an ongoing or activity. So after project kickoff, what other activity is going to come after that? That's basically what um, that's basically what the predecessor successor is. Then, like we all know, if somebody leaves an office and another person takes over and want to make reference, we can say your predecessor, this was what they did. That the people that came before you. So an activity that comes before a certain activity is called the predecessor. And the activity that comes after an activity is called the successor. So we are going to set the successor. So after um, the project kickoff meeting, what comes next? You don't just pick random successors. So after you secure your land, you purchase your land, what are you going to do next? Maybe you do survey, yeah, you do survey. After that, you clear. Um, the next thing, probably the architectural drawing and all of that. So the sequential arrangement of these activities, you need to place them one after the other. So after project kickoff, the next thing we need to do is carry out feasibility study. So at the bottom, you are going to see assign. I'll click on it. Open this up a little bit. So okay. Um, so something is wrong. You can see the previous projects we created. They are here and 101, but we can't find them here. I really don't know why Excel is giving me this error. Or I'm getting this feedback. Um, Let me see sort and filter. Mine is selected. Okay, so I'm just going to ignore that for now. And start with what we have. We have this, which is 10:30. That's the first activity. I'm going to click on. Okay, first of all, we need to click on the kickoff, then select its predecessor, which is feasibility study. After I have done that, we can see this is April. Okay, so you can see that um, the kickoff is now linked to feasibility study. The feasibility study is linked to our process design. So I'm going to click on process design and come down here, click on PFD. PFD, I'm going to click on piping design, equipment, design and specification. I'm going to click on vendor documentation. Okay, then um, I'll close that for now. The next thing I'm going to do is to schedule this, because you can see my start date. All these projects are starting the same time, and the only difference is that they are ending differently. But no, um, project kickoff is not starting when feasibility study and project kickoff are not starting the same time. So our project kickoff and scope definition has to finish before feasibility study starts. So how do we fix this? We need to first of all schedule this post or schedule this activity. How do we do that? We click on schedule and click type schedule. So currently you can see from our Gantt chart that this has been scheduled. So you can see our kickoff meeting, our kickoff and scope definition here. After that, we have feasibility. After that, we have process design. And this process design is it's a critical part. So for this, the next thing I'm going to do is to make a correction. This feasibility study doesn't have a successor, and its successor is process design. Close, then schedule. Okay, now you can see that whatever you do, Primavera updates it, and now you can see our critical parts. It means if there is a delay in feasibility study, this entire project is going to be delayed. This entire project, because project kickoff and definition is linked to feasibility study. Feasibility study is also linked to process design. Process design is linked to piping. Piping is linked to equipment design. Equipment design is linked to vendor document manager or management rather. So a delay in one will cause a delay in its successor. Now, Primavera has told us when this project is going to start, 9th, and the next thing we have, the next one, which is 10 days after, is 10 days. I don't, there's a whole lot of mistake going on here. So we have, okay, start date is 27th. Then its end date is 9th. Yeah, correct. The start date of feasibility study is 10th, meaning the moment uh, project kickoff finishes on the 9th, on the 10th, feasibility study starts. Feasibility studies ends on 7th of May. On the 8th of May, process design starts. Process design ends 18th. On the 19th, piping design starts. So you can see the same way you carry out a project in reality. This is what we are now using. So as a project manager, as a project planner, you make sure that your process design team, they get this they get the required deliverables out within these 30 days or before. Because you know that the moment process deliverable is delayed, maybe by 2 days, process deliverable is supposed to end by 18 June. Let's assume that it ends at 19th. It means there's a 1 day, this schedule is being delayed by 1 day. So you now, I believe you guys are on. Okay, what we have here, um, process design has two successors and piping design and also procurement. So I'll go back to P6. I'll go back to P6 and add another successor here, assign another successor, which is procurement, material requisition. Yeah, material requisition. Then piping design, we have procurement, stay O1 and 003. So this also has procurement as a successor. Okay, so equipment design and specification, its successor is material requisition. The vendor management, its successor is vendor selection and contract award. Vendor selection and contract award. So this is how you, then I'm going to schedule this. So basically, this is how we carry out scheduling in P6. This simple schedule you are seeing is going to take probably the next 30 minutes. That's when I'll be able to do all of them one after the other and properly link them. So, but I believe this class you have understood how P6 is and how it's being used in the oil and gas, the engineering industry to create your schedule and all of that. So, but if you have a question, you can please ask. Opeyemi, there's audio. I think there's audio in this class. So I think you should. Okay. If you have a question, I would like you at this point to kindly ask, because we have come to a conclusion of on how to use Primavera P6 for project scheduling. Does anyone have a question? Do you have any question? And secondly, we will be having our closing session tomorrow by 8:30 p.m. I would love every one of you to be part of our closing session program that will take place tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Just a reminder. So, Opeyemi, have you been able to resolve that issue? Can anyone hear me? I think I need to also get that. Can anyone hear me? Please, if you can hear me, I would like you to indicate in the comment section. Okay, so while I'm waiting for feedbacks, I'm dropping the attendance form right now.